we're going to talk about our body 3 paragraph in order to finish up our essay. So I'm going to start by thinking about what is the topic of my entire paragraph. All right, well, topic. So I'm going to go to my topic sentence, and it is evidence. And we said his evidence was not reliable. So my first question is, what is the evidence missing? Well, I can't know that until I look at my evidence. For almost a century, that stands out to me because it's a number, kind of. Our law has recognized these companies who connect you to the world have special obligation not to exploit the monopoly they enjoy over access. So the words that draw my attention are almost and century. While this evidence has a lot more to it, I'm drawn to century because it's not a specific number. It doesn't tell me specifically how long the law has been in place or how many laws recognize it or how many companies recognize it, okay? So my first instinct is, what's missing from this evidence? Exact numbers. And the problem is, if there are no numbers, what's wrong with the evidence? What does evidence need to be or need to have in order to do what it's supposed to do? And that's when I come to my analysis. What's wrong with it? Well, if there are no exact numbers, it's not factual. It's not reliable. And then you have to tell me, why doesn't it support the reasons? What does it need to be in order to support the reasons? I want you to pause. I want you to go try to do the background and try to do the analysis. So I'm going to move on to the next background and the next analysis. Okay? So my next background, oh, look, I already put it in. Expert opinion. I didn't mean to do that. The evidence itself says the rules I'm asking for are simple and common sense steps ISPs already observe. I'm sorry, simple and common sense? Who said that? So for my background, I'm going to say something like this: evidence is missing an expert opinion, because Obama doesn't know enough about the internet. Well, at least that's not his expertise, is the internet, to say these simple and common sense steps, right? And he doesn't know that they're simple and common sense for ISPs. So the problem here, look, I already put it in for you to help you out. What is the problem with this evidence? What's wrong with this evidence? Obama's not an expert on the internet. And if he's not an expert on the internet, can he say that? And if he can't say that, what's wrong with the evidence? Well, it's not factual. So then it can't back up the reason. So pause. Go back into your essay and work on the background and evidence for the second one. I'm going to move on to conclusion. All right. So conclusion, last one. I started it for you. Because Obama's evidence isn't factual, it doesn't. Think about what the evidence is supposed to do. What doesn't it do? Sorry, you can't see that now. What doesn't the evidence do if it isn't factual? All right, go on back in and work on conclusion.